lifts his hips up in the air, I can base out this way. And he'll try, let's get this way, he'll try to reach over and trap my arm. I will take this and collapse it and swim it through. Collapse it and swim it through. Collapse it and swim it through. Okay? So if he pops his hips up, I'll go top base, he grabs, I collapse it and follow through. Collapse it and follow through. Okay? Now, he could try to pop his hips up and push me over. I'll take my hand, and trap his head to anchor. So he tries to roll me to his right. I'll anchor this way. He tries to roll me to his left. I'll anchor this way. To his right. I'll anchor. To his left. I'll anchor. Okay? So that's how we defend against that first technique. The second technique was the sweep from below. So he's on his back. I'm inside his scissors position. He reaches over and grabs my hand, traps my neck with his other hand. Comes here. Comes here. He shoots his hips out, puts that knee across this way. Okay? I'll take this and I will basically just step this foot and base out like this. So he tries to get the technique, and my base is so deep back here that he can't do it. So go ahead and do it. So now he cannot get the sweep. All right, so let's go this way. This way here. Let's go back. So he gets that foot across. And the hips through, he's got my head. He tries to do it, I sink my hips down and base my body out. Okay? So that's the counter to that one. The next is the arm bar. This is the position I want you to do. I want you to bring your hips up into the air. Keep this hand still. This is the arm bar. It's getting arm bars. Walk your body over the top like that. So this arm's getting arm barred. I bring my hips up. I walk to the opposite direction and come over that way, and we'll show it to you. All right. So let's see. He gets the arm bar. I bring my hips up into the air. I move my body all the way around. And I pull that arm out. All right, let's do it the other side. He locks that. Sits down. I bring my hips up into the air. Walk straight on over and pull the arm out. Okay? That one's going to take a little bit of practice, but it's one of the best defenses you can do. The next is the American armbar. So you're going to lock up this on this side. On the same base, so I think it's right. When he comes there, I'm going to reach over. Now, I could grab my own arm. This would be the sport way of doing things. But instead, I'm just going to go right for his eyeballs. Okay? So we could, if you're going to do grappling and go for regular sport, I could grab my own arm like that and prevent him from coming over. But I prefer going right into the eyes. Right to the eyes. Okay? Or box the ears. All right? Okay? Same thing goes for the dorsal fin. I reach right over to his eyeballs and gouge the eyes. Remember, this is Dux Ryu ground fighting, not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I reach right in and grab his eyes. Okay? Rip at his face. Hold here. Give him some knees. Over his eyes. grab some skin, okay? All right, moving right on to the guillotine. When he locks me up into the guillotine, I'm going to trap underneath his arm first. I'm going to take this and push out his head, just like so. All right. He traps here. I get this caught up on this side. Turn my head in. I could bite him from here if I want to, but instead I'm going to elongate his face. Put my fingers right in his eyeballs. Okay? That'll work. All right, go play with those. Next, we're going to learn how to defend ourselves from punches from the ground. Okay, so he's going to be in my scissors. We've already worked on being in top base. This time he's in the scissors position. He's going to start swinging here, boom, boom, like this. Okay, I can keep him away like that, but I have my groin open and everything else. Oh, bad situation. All right, so he tries to swing for my head. I'm going to block this way and put my knees into his arm. My knees go into his arm. I trap his elbows, like so. Okay? All right? So he starts punching this way. That blocks here. All right? And here I can spit at him. All right? Okay? So if he's up top, I could bring my knees in this way. So he tries to come in and hit me, I come this way. Push my knees in so he can't get me here and close off my groin a bit. All right? If he continues on this way, I block inside with my arms and my knees. Okay? If he's way up high, I can block with my foot inside there. All right? So I got different options here. If he goes up high, I block with my foot and collapse it down right into my knee. He goes to hit again, right in the knee. Okay? All right? So that's basically how we defend ourselves on the ground through punching. I can also use my iron guard. If he's in tight and he tries to hit my face, I can trap inside here. Okay? In the iron guard, I just bring my arm up and trap the other side like this. So if he tries to hit this side, I'll trap my own hand. The other side, straight in, like that. Okay? All right, so that's how we're going to defend ourselves from different punches from the scissor position. Go and play with that a little bit. Next is the straight arm bar with the attacker in your scissors. Okay. I've got him in the scissor hold this way. Go for the eyeballs. He's here. I'm going for his face. Pounding. His fingers in the eyes, ripping the ear, punching in the throat. Those type of situations, okay? I put my foot in his hip. I pinch his back while I turn my foot all the way over across his back here. When I do that, I'm going to take this and slide this over his head and get into an arm bar. All right, so here I am, I'm clawing, I'm scratching, I'm punching the throat. I slide this over, I pinch this up high, I bring this foot over the top, and then I hook the arm. All right, the other side, gouging, clawing, punching to the throat. I bring my foot into his hip, I pinch up high, I bring this other foot straight on over the top, and into the arm bar. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. Gliding, clawing, clawing, punching to the throat, foot into the hip, punch up high, come down this way, and then the arm bar. Let's do it from our head facing you guys. Clawing, punching in the throat, trapping the arm, foot goes in the hip. What that does is give you a lever to turn your body over, because this other foot needs to pinch up high. Pinch up high. Once I pinch up high, now I've made that turn straight over there, and I've got the armbar. All right, other side. Gouging, pulling, clawing. I got the other arm. Shift and pinch up high. Bring that over the top, and there's the other arm. Okay, good try. What to do if someone has you in a headlock on the ground. So he's got me in a headlock. What I'm going to do is take this arm and pull my elbow to the ground as I turn my hips over. From there, I can gouge his eyes here if I want to. I move my body all the way over, and then base up here. All right, on the other side. So he's got me in a headlock. I gouge the eyes here. I pull my elbow down. I move my body out. I'm going to trap his arm. Sit up on my knees. I push him over this way. Get my fingers in his eyes here. Bring my foot over his hip like that. Push off. My fingers in his eyes, and then into whatever I want to from there. One more time. It's done long ways. Lock me in the headlock. Shift this way, fingers into the eyeballs. Trap his arm. Scoot up on my knees. Bring this over. Fingers in the eyes. Lock this across. Gouge. Pull myself out of the headlock. Okay, try it. Come on this back. Scoot up just a little bit. Okay, I'm barraging him with punches. He covers up, and he comes up like this, like what I call railroad tracks. All right? Since he's doing his railroad tracks, I'll come in and grab his arm, his wrist rather, and bring this hand underneath his head. And trap his wrist. When I do that, I'm going to bring my foot up, trapping his hip, and push his elbow with this hand here, and make him roll over. Now, if I don't move my foot, I'm going to get caught underneath. So I'll step out and roll over this way. I'm going to continue punching him. As he sits up, I bring my knees up, and I bring my heels into his hips. I wrap this way, underneath, bringing him back here. All right, I'm going to sit up, pull his head up, and bring this underneath for the Japanese strangle. Okay, let's do it straight on here. All right, I'm barraging him. He goes into railroad tracks. I hook his arm, go underneath his head, trap his wrist, bring my knee up, push his elbow, walk over. Start barraging him with punches again, or slaps. He starts coming up. I give him some space, give him the illusion that he can get away. Put my feet inside his hips, and sit back on his bottom. Come up underneath. Roll him through. Push on his head. Bring this way. and the Japanese strangle. Now, let me show you the Japanese strangle just sitting here like this. Japanese strangle, I always start with the forehead and pull the eyes back, gouge the eyes, come up underneath where my elbow is in line with his chin. Trap my own arm, come across his back, and squeeze. Okay? So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I bring my head in close to his head too, like that. Okay? That's the Japanese strangle. All right, go and play. Next, we're going to do a triangle choke. He's going to be my scissors. One arm is actually free underneath. The other arm is inside. Okay? I'm going to lock my feet together like this to get them close. I'm going to take this and push him out and bring my hips in this way. Just come across here and trap my own foot and squeeze in. Okay, let's do it from the other angle. Okay, his arm is free. I bring my foot across and lock up. I pull my hips out and bring this arm all the way across this way.